All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, this video is all about how much it costs to apply via PTCAS. Okay, so if we look here, this is on my PTCAS dummy account. We see that there's the total fee amount for two programs is $230. Okay, you may look at that and think to yourself, oh my gosh, this is $115 per program. But that is not the case. For the initial program that you apply to, so for the first program, it's $165. For each additional program that you add that you would like to submit your application to, it is $65. Okay, so if I were to take away Eastern Washington right here, yes, delete this program, it goes down to 165. 165 plus 65 is 230. So that's where that number comes in. Now, something else that we're going to look at that is very important to consider, and you absolutely should factor in when considering your costs for applying to school, is going to be your supplemental fee. Okay, so most programs that you apply to are going to require that you submit a supplemental application fee. Usually this is taken directly via the program's personal financial portal on their school-specific website. So for the two programs I had listed on there, Eastern Washington, Northern Arizona is $65, Eastern Washington's $80. Okay, so those are dollar amounts to consider as well. And in that instance, when we are looking at all of these different factors coming together, even just for these two programs, we have 165 plus 65, so the 230, plus an additional 65 plus 80 is $375. That's just for two programs, okay? So when you're budgeting out how many programs you should be applying to, this is another reason why it's so crucial and so important for you to determine very early on which programs you're going to apply to, because you want to make sure that you can save time, save money with your application fees, different things like that, okay? Another factor that you may consider, this is further down the road, so it's not as important, but if you have in-person interviews for the programs that you're applying to, you may have to pay travel fees, you may have to pay for plane tickets, you may have to pay for lodging and for transportation, things like that. Those are other things to consider as well. Not saying that's bad. I actually like the programs that have in-person interviews better than those that just do virtual interviews. But you have to consider what works for you and for your budget and allocate that money that needs to be set aside. Also, something else to consider, when you are submitting, when you've been given an acceptance offer by a DPT program, you are going to have to put down a security deposit, okay? So the deposit is, most of the time, it's non-refundable. So is the deposit refundable? No. The reason for that is you say, okay, I want to go to this program. If you've been given a seat, let's say that you get accepted to another program and you decide, oh, I actually want to go to that program more. The program is going to keep that money as a safeguard to try to sway you from going to the other program. You obviously can still do that, but you're not going to be able to get that deposit back. Most of the time, this deposit goes towards some fraction of your tuition or fees that the program has as well when you start the DPT program. So these are just things to factor in. Again, I'm using the PTCAS program directory tool to help me determine these pieces of information. Most programs have information about these different financial areas that you can prepare for. So that way you can know, okay, this is how much I'm going to have to budget for my PTCAS fees, my supplemental fees. If these programs participate in interviews, I can start to do some numbers and figure out how much it's going to cost me to actually travel to this place, lodge at this place, have transportation, food, all those type of things, as well as your deposit to hold your spot if you are offered an acceptance position. So hope this video has been helpful for you, just to kind of open your eyes and see the different areas of that you need to budget for when you are preparing to apply to PT school. Okay. If you have any additional questions about this, about program selection, feel free to download our top 50 recommended programs list as well as our cheapest DPT programs list in the country. And if you haven't heard, we are hosting a free live masterclass on Saturday, March 30th to help you supercharge your application. And we will be going over application program selection as well, along with a bunch of other different things to help you have your application be in tip-top shape for the 2024-2025 application cycle. So thanks so much. If you have additional questions about this, don't hesitate to drop some comments down below or send us a DM if you're looking to get some coaching to help you with your program selection. Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.